Well,
last
anyway,
time on
while Nick tries to figure this out, on the last time on the Misadventures of the Diodin,
go through what you did.
shit hit the fan. Shit hit the fan majorly.
Okay.
That's all I can really say about that.
It's
We went
actually
into a temple, a bunch of scary dudes happened, a character died, we all ran for our goddamn lives out into the apocalypse. Nick made a stupid deal, and now we're in front of a demon court, and he's branded
I,
like cattle. And I'm
I do
standing next to my
apologize for
sperm
us being
donor,
alive. My bad.
it's true. You could have got a
and
lot
I'm
worse on
and I'm
that
standing
roll,
next to
though.
my sperm donor, trying to figure out what the heck happened to Master Earlink.
Well, let's see.
Does
Oh,
that
it's
sum it up?
loading.
Does that sum it up pretty well, DM?
It's actually, yeah, sums it up pretty damn well.
Well, we fought a Kool-Aid man, so I think you missed that part.
It's true. You did fight Kool-Aid Man. So Frith, what did you ask before? You wanted to sum
Can I
up.
just take an insight on this whole situation, just on everything here, just to see, is it good, is it bad, are we all gonna die, are we gonna die a bloody death, or what the heck is happening here? Do all these people have something in common?
Actually, for that, let me check the date.
And are the demons in a good mood, or are they planning on snacking on one of us?
From what it looks like, they seem to be in an okay mood. Let me check.
Okay enough that I can ask them a question, or is that gonna get me one-way ticket to Smite Town?
You don't know that. No, that's something you don't know. But
Can I just insight on everyone here, just on this whole situation? Because Frith is freaking out. She was in one place, planning to die, she got dragged under, and now she's here. And Deimos, her sperm donor, is like that over there.
well, sperm donor. But he is technically yes. Technically yes. Technically, but yeah. Go ahead and roll insight. Go ahead. Yeah. With an 18, I will say just picking up throughout the entire room, everyone seems on edge. Some people seem a bit more scared than others. Mainly the people on the left side of the room. They seem a bit more on edge than everyone else. But you see, Zeroth probably would have moved back, speaking to this lady, and Demios at this point probably would have moved back. Actually, no, he would stay fairly close because I think you were in kind of a conversation whenever we ended. But almost everyone on this side seems to be fairly calm.
And what about the people in the middle?
The big boys, people on the thrones.
No, the people in the middle. Like, there's the left side, there's the right side, and then there's a couple people right in the middle with us.
Oh, the Wolfman and the
Keela and the Dragonborn.
yeah, they just seem to be standing around. Keela and the Wolfman are talking. You would remember Keela worked for someone as a informant. Like you've learned this a while ago, and you are slowly putting two and two together. He works as an informant to one of these three people on the throne.
Okay, I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna just turn to Deimos and say, "Hey, do you know what's going on here? Because I have absolutely zero idea. Do you have an idea? Because I don't have an idea. What's an idea anyway?"
Well, an idea is a thought that could or could not be useful. Second,
Okay, so do you have an idea what's happening here?
yes, it is a gathering of loyal people. He points to the man sitting on the center throne, speaking to this woman at this current moment. He is gathering all of his, not subjects, more church. And
Oh, you mean his religious zealots?
yes.
It's
I
loading.
got that. I got that. Third question, final question for you right now. Is there any way for me to figure out what happened to someone who isn't in this room right now?
Fairly
Because
easily.
I'd really like to know what happened to a person who isn't in this room right now.
It's fairly easy. Who? Would I know
Master
them?
Earlick!
I would not know them. Okay. Tell me about him. I think you've mentioned his name before once.
Master Ehrlich worships the same god you do. We picked me up. He found me in the cells when I got thrown in because I did something stupid and the guards caught me doing it. That was the part that I was really frustrated about. They decided to put me near the torture chambers in order to, scare me and not to doing crime, but it was fascinating. Ehrlich saw my potential and he basically made me his apprentice, and that's how I learned how to torture people. Basic stuff.
So, right. Do you know where he is now?
Last time I heard, he was in Blackport.
Oh, okay. Well, to my knowledge, okay. The nobility of Blackport, he points to a good portion of the people on this side. Alright.
On which side? I can't see.
On the right side of the screen. Oh, wait, well, you should be able to. Yeah, you're in the throne room. You should be able to see.
Okay.
On where you are on the right side. So he points out. Alright. So can you see my ruler?
Yeah, I can see it.
Alright. So he
You're
points
pointing
at. He points at this man. This man.
Mhm.
These three. That man. And that kid.
I'm gonna go talk to the kid.
Alright. So he's like, as you just walk past him, he's like, yeah, right. He just shrugs and walks. He probably actually just walks here to speak to her.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to the kid and I'm just gonna take an insight check on the lot. Just all of them.
Right.
Again.
Go ahead, roll.
Just to see what they think of me walking up to the kid.
Go ahead and roll inside.
Where did I put it? There it is.
16. With the 16, what you're picking up, like, no one really cares. There's only like one person watching, and it's the guy in red that's currently standing fairly, like, right next to the kid, but he's speaking to
So I'm just gonna talk to the two of them and go. I'm just gonna talk to the two of them, not really differentiating between the two of them. Just go, hi, my name's Chris. I'm trying to figure out about a person who isn't here, and you two seem like the best option because the rest of the people here kind of scare me. Nice to meet you. And I'm just gonna put my fists on my hips.
The kid just stares. But the guy, he's speaking to the lady beside of him as he turns and like, oh, pleasure.
Absolute pleasure to meet you, sir. My name's Frank Pentis, and I'm looking for a man whose name is Ehrlich, Master Ehrlich. He was my master, and I am his apprentice, and I do not know where he is, and it freaks me out.
All right. Do you know a way to make his visage? Is that a no, or you don't know what I just said?
I have absolutely zero idea what you just said, sir. No offense.
Can you make yourself look like him?
Well, that would require magic, and unfortunately I never studied magic because, well, magic seemed like a cheat in order to cause the most pain, so I mostly work with my hands. But I can read minds. If that helps, I could give you an image, if you don't mind.
That's not how that... I'll need to take a peek in your brain, but...
Be careful. I'm a little crazy. You might find some things in there that you'd rather not see. Might make you a little crazy, too. Just be careful.
You'd be surprised. And he'll wave his hand as he casts Detect Thoughts. Just think of
And I'm just thinking of Master Ehrlich. Just Master Ehrlich, just spamming out in front of my thoughts. It's, like, crazy how much I'm thinking.
Okay.
Just...
It's like...
Made it easy.
Like, in a minute. Like, okay, I have a clear vision of him now. And he gets rid of the spell. Alright. So, It'll only take a little bit. I'm going to be casting the spell Scrying in a little while. I need to finish speaking to the lady here. As he shows his hand to the woman standing next to him.
Hello, ma'am. Name's Frith. Nice to meet you. You have... Is she a tiefling?
She is a tiefling.
You have absolutely lovely horns.
She tilts her head slightly and thank you.
And I'm just gonna bow and just waltz back over to Nick.
You just see us, she just looks at the man in red and just shrugs. He also just shakes his head and shrugs. It's like, yep. Fucking people nowadays.
Honestly, Frith is an experience like acid mixed with cherry bombs.
Moving things the way that they would have moved at this point. Conversations are moving to slightly more private areas.
So I'm just standing next to Nick, and it's Nick. What are you doing?
I believe I'm still having that conversation in my head.
At this point, he's more or less told you that you work for him now. And that's about it.
Nick, and I'm just pulling on his coat.
What is it?
I found people, I talked to people, and they're gonna cast Scrying. And the lady had
Fantastic.
absolutely lovely horns.
Cool. Welcome to the world. What is Scrying going to do for us now?
They're gonna tell me, I'm trying to figure out what happened to Master Ehrlich.
Alright.
And that is very important to me. Almost as important as your bar was to you. But unfortunately, your bar is absolutely
I don't know
wrong
about
to
that
me.
one.
Master Ehrlich is a soul, so that he is not.
I don't know. That bar was a very special place.
Master Ehrlich is a very special drow.
A single tear rolls down Nick's face.
Anyone in Nick's head is just seeing memories of the bar that was never visited
And I'm
in the
just gonna
game.
say, and Master Ehrlich was a very special person.
Nick can't hear you. He's too sad right now.
I'm just gonna punch him in the leg.
You're insightful enough to see that Nick is actually genuinely sad. He is depressed.
Oh, well, back up on the punching. I'm gonna give him a crushing hug of moral support.
No, the punch goes through.
But the depression
I'm gonna
stays.
give him a crushing hug of moral support. Can I roll a strength check?
It's a hug of moral support. Go ahead. This is one hell of an attack. Just grapple.
I kind of hope.
7.
That's a
yes.
save. That's a save too.
Same
Oh.
difference. There's nothing else.
Never mind, give me a sec. Athletics?
Athletics will work. Sure.
Even better.
Yeah, as you hug him, Nick can't feel shit.
Nick's too far gone.
You're too far gone, and also your armor keeps you from feeling her hug, cause it's just
Try
nothing.
again! I hug tighter! I try again.
Roll a single more.
Please
athletics.
roll a lower number.
Yeah, it is. You try harder, but your arms get weak really quickly, and you just let go. Just like, oh. If for some reason he just doesn't notice. He's staring off into space.
The sadness.
I chuck one of my trinkets at his head.
It's a lot of damage you're trying to deal.
Throw.
I comfort through pain.
Roll dexterity.
Oh no.
Not alright, not a dex save. Dexterity. So the
Acrobats?
no, just dexterity.
Like, click on the word dexterity, not dexterity save where your dexterity modifier is. Just hit dexterity.
There you go. Does that go through
This
your...
is my armor class.
So as you toss it, he just past his head.
I grab it and
I
throw it
like to think it
wait.
hit Zeroth.
No, it doesn't, because she was probably throwing it in this area. So you throw it and it just lands and it slams the wall right next to the butler-looking dude. He just
I'm
leans.
just gonna run over, grab it, say, "How do you do?" and then walk back and try again.
You just see, as you run over, all four of these people just turn, watch as you pick it up, and just watch as you leave, and sigh.
I am an experience. I tried chucking it at Nick again.
Roll again.
Oh, God, you have to hit. My AC isn't 18, so
And
that's
I used
another
my luck
miss.
point. I used my last luck point for the day for this.
Alright,
Oh, God.
roll again. You got a 16. Ah, a 20.
What a good use of your luck point.
Nick
Who
cast
knows if
shield.
we'll once again rest.
Honestly, this is gonna be our last session almost, so I may as well like do all the fuckery that I want to.
Does Nick cast shield?
Nick cannot cast shield, so
Darn.
no.
You should really learn how to do that.
Nick only knows one spell.
So we get beamed in the side of the head of a tasteful trinket. I'm like, here, this will make me good happy.
You take 1 point of damage. Plus her dex, so 5 points of damage. As it just slams into your face. At close
And
range.
it's actually a very tasteful trinket. It's rather pretty. It looks like one of the trees that they passed by, you know, one of the gnarled ones.
It
has like a squirrel and it has a weasel clinging to it.
It's all the limbs broken. It is broken because it has slammed into a wall and now a face. It is broken. It's been damage has been dealt to it.
It was pretty at one point.
It was.
It was pretty at one point. I'm just like, are you done being mopey?
No.
Great. And I'm just gonna look around and see people's reaction to me chucking like basically a trinket at some guy's at Nick's face.
Like, you see this guy just watching and just like, what the fuck? Just more or less, look at these dudes. Look at them. Kind of just stare for a moment and just goes back to the conversation at hand with that group.
Ah, okay.
But outside of that, that's about it.
Okay. So, Nick?
Yes.
We can build another bar.
It'll never be the same.
You'll have it in your memories.
That is true.
Now, however, I have a human that I have a creature I need to find. His name is Master Airlook. He is soft and squishy. And if I don't find him, then I'd really like to know if he died or not.
I mean, we can make a guesstimate. I would presume he did die.
Yeah, but closure and knowledge is the best way to deal with, like, overpowering survivors.
Wait, what just happened?
So?
I don't know.
Either I just had a stroke or...
I think we both had a stroke. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Anyway.
So,
I'm just looking around, seeing what people are doing.
you just see
And I'm
conversation.
just gonna look at the idiot elf. I'm just gonna look at Zeroff, and I'm just gonna go, Zeroff!
He
Zeroff!
leans his head over the massively armored figure of Demios at this current point.
What the heck happened to you? You were with our group and then you disappeared, you idiot!
I got a call.
You got a call?
A
You
call.
got a call and you didn't tell
I
anyone?
love that. That was fantastic. I got a call.
You didn't, and you didn't tell us, you jerk?
He'll walk over and he'll just raise
You
a
got a
finger and
call.
walk over. I got a
I
call
gave
from
you
my
my bag of salt, for goodness sakes.
husband. So
You have a
priority.
husband you didn't tell
That's
us?
kind.
Yes.
I don't tell you all my personal life. There's no reason
I'm
you
gonna
should.
check-
Everyone should
I'm
know.
gonna check a trinket at. I'm gonna check a trinket at Zeroff.
All right. Roll dexterity. Let me check Zeroth's AC because I think he actually surprisingly has a high-ish AC. Come on. There we go. But no. That does not hit.
Damn it!
As you throw it, he just turns his head a little bit as right past him. Just like, no.
You know what? I've had too much of this today. I am tired. I just want to know what happened to Master Zero, Master Ehrlich, and honestly, I've just had a very, very long day.
But join the club. My husband's currently out there just, well, at the current moment, he's robbing a bank.
Oh,
Your
fun.
husband's robbing a bank.
Yes.
Well, actually, that's a pretty good hobby.
Well, it normally isn't his. Well, actually, he's done it before. But at the current point, he's doing it for the money to get spell components. So, good reasons, I guess.
Good reasons. I'm still mad at you. If you don't be careful, I'm gonna chuck another trinket at your head.
You missed.
Yeah, you.
I have lots of trinkets and I have lots of stuff in my bag. Don't test me, and I won't miss all the time.
That's
Obvious
debatable.
by your broken nose. Obvious by your nose. Nice red snot you're decking there.
It's real sad. Making fun of his nose.
More sadness takes Nick over.
I'm just gonna kick him in the leg.
Poor Nick. Loses his soul. More or less.
Loses his bar.
No, loses his
I'm just gonna look at
dignity.
Zeroff and then back to Nick and then back to Zeroff and then to Deimos.
Deimos is just watching. Just like, eh. Zeroth is just, eh. Just moves here to continue talking. Like, this is more or less like, as you all just stand here, this is more or less what people are doing. They're talking.
I'm
It's-
just okay. Can we just skip ahead to when something interesting happens?
You could, yes, you can.
We can. But will we?
Now that's the real question.
Because I have a question for the DM.
Alright.
Do I recognize anyone besides the Zeroth and the demon I just made a deal with? I don't know Deimos.
You do.
Wait, do you know that Deimos is my birth dad?
No, he doesn't.
No.
He was not there for it.
Oh,
I
I'm
barely know
just
who
gonna
Master
hold on for a
Irelix
second.
is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just go. Wait. Nick. Deimos, Nick, Deimos. Nick is my conscience. That is my dad.
You know what? Whatever. Alright.
Like,
Sperm
yeah,
donor. Technically.
Demios also just like shakes. Yeah. I could have been a dad, but I chose not to.
Understandable.
And for that, you're an even bigger dick than I am.
Uh huh. Yeah. I thought it'd be for good things due to who I am. But hey, you still turned out like me, so whatever.
No, I turned out like Master Ehrlich. I didn't know who you were, so I couldn't really turn out like you. Thus,
I
No.
mean,
and also I'm far more crazy.
Not wrong,
that's.
but I also seen a lot more. I could deal with it.
And I doubt you are a wood. And I doubt you can carve wood.
I can carve skulls.
Not the same.
Same difference.
Some say it takes more skill to scarve skulls.
Scarve
Bones are
skulls.
Shut up.
Okay, skip ahead, skip
That's
ahead.
that. After you say that, Killa is the one that said that. Scarve skulls. Fucking learn common. You loser.
I stubbed my toe and I went, oh shit, and then I started speaking again. So, you know.
Killa's a dick. But, for Nick, you do recognize very few faces. But you do recognize faces.
Fantastic.
Besides Zero, there are 3 other people that you recognize off the top of your head. This guy, the Dragonborn, he is also a bar owner. He owns a tavern in Blackport.
Oh, fantastic.
So you probably have met him before in your travels, because he owns one of the better bars in the lower districts. He also works on Warforged a lot. It's his hobby. He can repair them, modify, and he can't really. Well, he can create, but he chooses not to because that's just a lot of fucking work. You would recognize this guy due to if you've been to Blackport, and would Nick join, like, not join an arena, but watch an arena fight?
I mean, probably both.
Like an arena fight that happens once a year.
I think he'd join it to have fun.
Okay, so you
not win.
You fought against this guy before, because you would know the High King or the Dread King of Blackport, known as Amon Allure, takes on any number of people at the same time and fights. People that have red cloths are to the death, the people that have blue cloths are to unconsciousness. So, probably were blue, because I don't feel like you wouldn't want to die. So,
no.
In the fight, if you were able to defeat him, you become Dread King. In the 20 years that he's been doing this, no one's become Dread King. Because throughout that entire time, he just beats down everyone. He wields 2 great axes at the same time. And if
so that's not happening.
Yeah, and also, no one sees that happen until they join the fight, though. That's the thing. And you also, he's pretty strong. Like, he's lifted Goliath.
Well, yeah, he's lifting 2 great axes.
And he uses them effectively. So, that's the big spooky thing. He is a monster in and of tieflings. And you would remember, you would remember everyone that is of Blackport origin. That is a noble, in quotations, of Blackport. Due to they all don't participate, but they watch the fight. Because they find it funny to see their king and their captain just beat people up. So you would know this guy. You don't know his name, but here, I'll just get the pointer out. You would know this guy due to he is also a dread. He's a dread king, or he is a king. He's a dread pirate. There you go. This guy also a dread pirate. This guy also a dread pirate. Let me scroll up. This guy also a dread pirate. This guy also a dread, or this girl also a dread pirate. This guy dread king. And they are more or less the people that rule Blackport. But the other person that you probably would remember by name is this lady, Amon's brother, or Amon's sister, Velt Allure.
Velallure?
Velt Allure.
Velt, okay.
She is. If anyone dies accidentally in combat that Amon wasn't supposed to kill, they're wearing blue, she would resurrect them. And whenever the fight's done, And if Amon is actually bad hurt, not super bad, but bad enough, she will heal him up to full and go on to other people. Because, brother, twins,
Yeah.
that's how they work.
Twins?
Twins.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, waking up one day and seeing your brother get super jacked out of nowhere?
Well, no, it wasn't out of nowhere. You would.
I
you
like to imagine it was out of nowhere.
You would see very minor resemblance in these two. That one and that one. Because he takes after his daddy. Just slightly. Is mainly not the eyes, but the horns. Because you could see, not in the picture, but of it, there are horns that do slightly resemble.
I can see it.
Slightly resemble.
Slightly.
But they protrude out instead of in. Shush. Shush. You have your time. He can have his. You shush your mouth.
Alright, well, that's all I wanted to know.
Alright. Do you want to approach any of them?
I'd probably go talk to the bartender if anyone.
Alright. Do you?
Oh.
Do you do it?
I do indeed do it. I scamper up over there.
Alright. As you approach, he just turns. You can see the massive gun on his back and the other guns on his side. He's like, he turns and like, oh, hello.
Hello. How goes it?
Well. Very well.
Well.
Well enough.
That's... Your bar's probably not going to survive either, I presume.
No, it's not.
That's a shame.
I've moved
Lovely
everything.
bar.
Thank you. I've moved everything out though, so everything that might get smashed is currently in a, well, more or less a portable hole. A few of them, as he pats his like side, like in a pocket, because portable holes can actually fold up to pretty tiny. So. You would suspect he has a few portable holes in his pocket.
Fair enough.
Not inside of each other.
Yes. No, that could only end well.
Yeah, should put beside of each other. Now that's allowed. But I think it'd be okay. If the plan goes all right, then everything should be good.
Well, I wish you luck with your plan.
Well, looking at your hurt burn, because you could actually now notice that searing mark in your chest is glowing blue. You're just like, it's more or less a pulse. So
like a heartbeat.
Like a heartbeat.
At this point.
It beats with your heart. So.
Oh, interesting.
But from what it looks like, you're part of the plan now, so upside.
I barely survived.
What?
Barely survived getting here.
Yeah. I don't know what you were, but I'm gonna shake my head and agree. Yes.
I honestly don't remember myself. It's all a blur at this point.
Most things are like my marriage.
Ho ho.
Yeah. But in that sense, at least you are alive.
That is true.
So
at this point, I will have to bid you adieu and head away.
I wish you luck in your endeavors.
I wish you luck in setting up your bar once again.
Thank you.
Alright, I'd probably give a respectful bow over to the Dread King, because fucking Dread King.
You can see the Dread King. He's standing beside another guy in like full clad black armor. And you can literally see the armor like in the picture looks like it's consistently melting. Like as if magma is pulsing through the steel. And
Oh, that is fucking cool armor.
it is smoking. And his blade, not currently on fire, but on his back is a great sword. Just massive, even to your standards, of great sword.
Interesting.
And then there's a beautiful red-haired lady. I'm just standing next to him, just standing there, not really talking. She just looks bored.
Anyway, I'll head back to Frith now.
Alright. Yeah, the Dread King and the Fireman.
I'm just taking the broken pieces of trinkets that I threw at. I'm just taking the broken trinkets because I have retrieved the trinket I threw at Zeroth, and I'm just carving them into a new thing.
Okay.
Just using the wood and repurposing.
But after 10 minutes of trying to it'd be a while to try to use.
Just use wood carvers.
Yeah, you could roll it just to see how far you get. Another 25, you get pretty damn far into it. You're almost done as the red-robed man approaches. You can see as the kid ended up has moved to this guy, the guy with a forever burning hand, just consistently on fire. Sucks to be him.
Hi.
Yes, you know, I recommend getting out of the summoning circle, but more power to you. Don't want to.
We're supposed to get out?
No, you don't have to. But it's recommended.
Oh, well.
Honestly, considering all the dumb stuff that we've done today, this is not the most stupid thing I've done today.
You know, yeah, whatever. Not my funeral. So, your friend is alive.
Master Relic's fine-ish?
Yes, Blackport to my knowledge, and I've just got on checking after scrying and calling a friend. It seems to be not hit yet. Mainly the eastern part of our world maps have been hit. And some parts of the Uglan Empire.
Do you know any way for me to forcibly drag someone away from that whole thing?
Of what? Of what?
Do you know a way of forcibly dragging someone away from the abyss? Thank you.
What do you mean by the abyss?
I mean, the world's about to end, and I really would like it if Master Erlich actually got to meet Nick before, everything went to hell.
Well, you could go get him.
That's a thing I can do.
Yeah. To my knowledge, there's still about 3 days before our destined departure. Well, a week,
okay.
But...
Give me a moment, sir. Thank you. I'm just gonna run over to Nick and just go, Nick.
Yes, I heard. I'm right here.
We need to go on an errand.
And how exactly do you plan on us getting to Blackport?
Well, by the sounds of it, there's 2 demon lords and 1 person who isn't contracted.
Yes.
So, possibly offering up my body and soul would probably be a pretty good deal.
I don't recommend it.
It'd work. The guy on red, like, yeah, it'll work. Yeah, sure.
I still don't recommend it.
There's health benefits. There's a health plan.
There's a health plan. Never mind. Definitely recommend it.
And dental.
Is there a resurrection plan, or is that a little
dental?
too far?
And there's dental.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal.
No resurrection plan.
Yeah.
But dental.
Too much to ask for, I suppose.
Not starting out. That's something you get later. Or if you're
Honestly though, without a resurrection plan, I'm pretty useless considering I'm a little weak-whiffed and I'll probably die within the first 30 minutes.
don't worry about it. That's why you don't go into combat then.
That is true.
We have other people for that. Like the boy. Points towards the boy. He's dedicated to combat.
Makes sense.
Indeed. Well, maybe not him. His friend is dedicated to combat. But he also knows spells.
Makes sense.
Yes.
I wasn't questioning you. That actually makes sense to me. Throw the little ones at people and they never expect it.
Oh no, the kid's fairly strong. The kid
I know,
has the
that's
magical.
why no one ever expects.
He has the magical mind of most adults. Well, not
And I have the
untrained
mind of
adults.
a 4-year-old, and I'm pretty useless, honestly.
Well, that sounds like a you
I mean,
problem.
It is a pretty big problem for her.
Yeah. Well, if you want to make a deal, now's the time to do it. So,
Okay, which one would you recommend I talk to?
don't talk to the blue one.
Don't talk to the blue one.
Yeah.
Got it. Should I talk to the big one in, like, right in the middle?
Yeah, that's the one I talk to, so.
Hey, Nick.
Yes.
I'm gonna talk to the big one in the middle.
Okay.
Are you gonna come with?
No.
Okay. If I die,
Is my chest glowing less that I am now further away from him?
Yes, a little bit.
Fantastic.
great, wonderful. I'm just gonna look at him and say, well, if I die, make sure that they don't eat my corpse. I'd like not to be eaten.
No one
I don't
here
think
is
they're gonna eat your corpse.
No one here will eat your corpse except for
I met a guy
Rift
who was
over
into
there.
that once. Just want to make sure.
That's fantastic, but I don't think anyone here would eat your corpse.
He points to the wolf.
You
He
never
will.
know.
He will eat your corpse.
See?
Well,
But
Just
he'll
Just
normally
make sure
kill
no
you,
one calls dibs.
then eat your
And
corpse.
if people are starting to call dibs, make sure you call dibs first.
I'm not gonna eat you.
Well,
That's
toodaloo,
really
and I'm just
gross.
gonna walk. I'm gonna finally walk out of the summoning circle, and just gonna stand right here and just go hi.
As you just approach, the massive figure just turns his head and just looks at you, raises an eyebrow. Like, yes.
The name's Frith. I do not have a contract with you, but I'd like to make a deal because there is someone who is innocent in this room that I'd really like not to die. And I just clap my hands together in front of me.
So you don't want someone to die. It's easy enough.
And I'd rather like it if he was here instead of on the world that's about to go kapoosh.
Well, everything's about to go kapoosh, so.
Yes, well, I'd rather like it if he didn't.
No. Everything is about to go kapoosh. As in everything,
I know.
everything.
I know. But I'd like them to meet Nick first. And I'm gonna just point at Nick.
Oh.
And honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen Master Ehrlich.
I could take you to him and, well. He'll, do you want back?
Yeah,
Okay. You see as he,
that'd be rather nice.
in his hand, you see as a small orb is formed. Like, the orb's about the size of your fist. Like, his hand is about the
My
size of
fist
your...
is very small.
Yeah, that's the
My
thing.
hand is very small.
That's the thing. Like, and it grows to the, like, or not grows, it shrinks to the size of a marble, this little ball. And, like, in the course of about a minute, it finishes. Like, he flicks the little marble to you. Like, that has the spell known as Plane Shift encased inside of it.
What? Plane shift?
Plane Shift. I will take you, well, I won't, but whenever you're done getting your friend, break the bead, take the hands of whoever you want to go with you, and then poof, think of this place, and nowhere else but this place. And ta-da. He'll be here.
Got it. Can I take Nick with me because he's my conscience and he makes sure that I don't blow anything up?
Sure.
Nick!
Well, you go over to him because the person I'm making you go with is over there. So he'll take you there, but he's coming right back.
Okay. Thank you. Nice. Thank you. You're very nice. If that doesn't offend you, I'm just gonna call you nice, and I'm just gonna walk back to Nick.
Doesn't affect me.
So I just walk back over to Nick. Nick.
Yes, what is it?
I got a plane shift feed, and there's gonna be a person. We're gonna go get Master Ehrlich.
What? Why am I going?
Yes, you have to. You're my conscience. You make sure I don't blow up an entire city.
Pretty sure that's gonna happen anyway.
It is gonna happen anyway, but still, it's the thing of the thing. You're my conscience. It's your job.
So, you two ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Take
and I
my
just
hand.
salute. Okay.
I shall grab his hand.
I grab his hand too.
And as a puff of blue smoke leaves this area, you all are placed, or more or less like dropped, falling into a tower. It's only about 5 feet, so you don't take any damage, but you just a little bit above ground, and like, all right, there you go.
So, are we in Blackport?
You
I'm just gonna look around
are.
and see if we're in Blackport or not.
You are currently in Blackbourne. Well, you're in my tower, which is the Mages Guilds.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to. Do you know where the Prancing Pony is?
Yes.
Great. We're gonna need directions if you don't mind.
He raises a finger. He goes over to a desk that's nearby, pulls out a quill, writes a letter, folds it, seals it, hands it to you, gives it to a guard.
That's not gonna get us in trouble, is it? Because
Nope.
I have an on and off balance with guards. Okay.
I think it won't, as he disappears. Just
Nick, I'm gonna give this to a
Yes.
guard. You're gonna stand on standby, and if things go to hell, you're gonna grab me and we're gonna hightail it.
Okay.
So, is there a door?
there is, yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna peek. I'm just gonna open the door and just peek around and just see what's happening.
You see stairs heading down.
Okay, I'm gonna just run down the stairs.
As you run,
You know, two at a time.
as you
I'm
run,
going to walk down the stairs like a normal person.
as you run down the stairs, it takes a while, even running down the stairs, because it's the circular stairs, like a lighthouse. So it just keeps on going and going.
And going and going and going and going and going.
Just consistently just running till you do reach the bottom. And once you reach the bottom, you wait 10 minutes as Nick finally reaches you.
No, I don't. I'm just gonna walk. I'm just gonna look around before Nick comes down. I'm not waiting for him.
Okay. Once you reach, you do see another set of doors, a double door, more or less awaiting you. As you open them, they lead to a fairly large hallway and a reception area. Because you've been inside Mages Guilds before, and this is a reception area.
Yep. I'm just gonna walk out the Mages Guild, just say hi, and just walk past.
There is no one there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk out the thing, look around, see what I can see about Blackport, see if there's any guards.
As you approach,
And I'm gonna read the notes. I'm gonna read the note first, actually. It's not sealed.
It is sealed.
Is there any way for me to open it and not, disturb it? Or any way to see what's on it? Like, that I know of?
Maybe. You could try.
I'm not gonna try. Can I take a thing where I can think of something? Maybe, nah, never mind.
You could probably roll.
Never mind. I'll just trust the goodwill of people, and if that doesn't work, I'll just run.
That's actually a good way to look at it. I trust people until, like, if shit goes sideways, I'm just gonna fucking bolt.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at life.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just go look around and see if there's any guards.
Oh yeah, there are. There's quite a few. As you notice,
So
you've never.
I'm just gonna march up to one of the guards, just with all the presence of a 4-year-old who knows the answer to life, the universe, and everything, and just go, "Hi."
They just turn like, hello.
I was told to give you this. Well, a guard this, not you specifically. But I need to give this to a guard. You're a guard. I'm here, so here.
He will take it, see the seal, open it. Alright. He'll turn over to someone. Can you go get someone from the barracks? Don't really care who. He nods.
And I'm just gonna watch the Mages Guild door and just see if Nyx comes out yet.
Yeah. In that time, Nick, yeah, you go down the stairs slowly, and as you walk down, you can actually see there's works of art. Well, I'm just like, they're actually fairly nice.
Oh, that's fantastic.
As you keep on going down, just whenever you finally reach the double doors flung open, you see a multitude of, you see a fairly large hallway, doors, and one reception area with doors wide open, leading to the exit.
How's my chest looking?
It's not glowing anymore.
Interesting.
What did you say you cut out?
I just said alright.
Oh,
I'm just probably gonna go over to Frith then.
Alright. As you reach the entrance or exit of the Mages Guild, you do see Frith just standing beside a guard, just waiting. As you look around, you do notice that you're at the very top of Blackport. Blackport is a 4-layered city, so you would see the main citadel of Blackport fairly close by. You could see the massive cannons. They're 80 pounders. I think that's the terminology.
So I'm just talking to the guard, so I'm just saying, so how's your day been?
All right.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. Do you have any loved ones?
No.
Do you have any people that you like?
No.
Oh, well, good. You're not gonna have to say goodbye then.
Never really planned on it.
Yeah, well, that's sad for you. Or maybe not. Who knows?
Less to worry about.
Yeah, and you don't have to say goodbye to anyone now the world's ending.
Sure. But
hi, Nick.
Yeah, as you approach Nick, yeah, you could see as actually the cannons themselves, one of them actually is following you, just trained on you, slowly rotating, just till you reach the guard, and the guard does nothing, and then it straightens up, pointing towards the coast.
Interesting.
Hi, Nick.
Hello.
So, do you know where the Prancing Pony is?
DM.
I'm asking about this.
Oh.
Off the top of your head, no?
Hmm. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Waiting, waiting, waiting. The world's about to end. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Da, 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 da.
As you all wait, just no one, nothing. As after about 15 minutes, the guy returns with someone else. They seem to be a fairly lighter armored person. As they like,
Hi!
oh hello, let's go.
What's your name? My name's Fred. Nice to meet you.
My name is Adrex.
Adverx?
Adrex.
Adverts.
Adrex. ADREX. Adrex.
Adrex.
Yes.
Do you mind if I just call you Rex?
No.
Adrex.
There you go.
So,
I'm supposed to take
we're
you
lost.
to
We need to...
the prancing pony. All right. Let's go. It's gonna be a walk. We have to get to the first
We
layer.
probably should run. We probably should run.
Nope.
There's a bit of a time constraint.
Nope.
I don't think we are. So I think we should walk and enjoy the scenery.
Okay. Fine. So, off we go to the Prancing Pony, and I'm just taking an insight just to see the general state of Blackport.
Pretty good, actually. Like, Blackport seems to be on pretty well off. Just a community based around piracy turns out pretty good if you know what you're doing. And from what you know, you know a little bit about Blackport, the country that has been Uglon's bane since their founding. They're pretty good. They're pretty good at what they do.
Well, it's too bad. Too bad.
It's,
Too bad.
like
Too bad I didn't get here earlier and get to sightsee before the world ended.
Well, as the sites are still there, as you see,
They are.
actually.
But I'm not gonna really focus on them. I'm a little bit more focused on getting to Master Erlich.
Actually, what is your passive perceptions, both of you?
Mine?
I think mine's only like 14.
14.
12.
Go ahead, Nick, roll a perception check. 23. You notice. So, Nick, you notice the fairly large rock falling from the sky. As you're just like,
is it headed towards us?
It's fairly close.
Like, how close is it to hitting us? Because, like,
it's either gonna hit the mid city or just outside of the city. You can't completely tell from this difference. From this
Do you tell Fred?
No, I don't. But I whisper to the guy taking us. What it's called the Prancing Pony, right?
Mhm.
Where's the Prancing Pony at?
The lowest city.
Yeah, we should probably hurry up then, because there's a big fucking rock coming down. And I'll point to it.
He turns, just grins.
Alright, cool. Well, if you don't care, I don't care. Let's go.
Just keeps on walking. As whenever it gets to about 500 feet, you hear as cannons, hundreds of cannons are fired at once. As you see that rock just get slammed into as it just dissipates. As 80-pounder, like 5-ton 80-pounders have just decimated this thing as the rubble falls into the ocean, fairly close by. That's the third one this week.
Ah, alright. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, then we shall keep going.
The Archmage Genesis has set up the fences along with Dread Pirate Boon.
Too bad it's not gonna do much difference. Everything's about to go kaput.
Wait, we've made plans.
No, I mean like everything's about to go kaput.
Oh no,
Life,
no.
universe,
I think
the
they
sun,
understand.
everything.
In the 50 years we've been putting up runes, just like Elderspell. We've made plans. Oh,
That's good.
Do you all know about Elderspell yet? You don't?
No.
I do not.
Oh, that's funny. Elderspell's gone.
Ah, interesting.
They shrunk the entire city to nothing.
That is quite interesting.
And more or less put it in a one. You know about those little shakers, the globes.
Yeah.
They put the little fake snow inside, like that.
Ah, snow globes.
They've put
That's
the
actually
entire
pretty
city along with the populace inside. And we've done the same, because we're not dumb.
That's completely fair.
Also, we do have, we did have a good portion of archmages living in our city for a while. Now they're getting ready to shrink the city itself. So now the autocannons are more or less fixated.
Are we there yet?
Nope, we are now entering the mid-city. It's been about 30 minutes of walking. You learn Blackport is massive.
I'm just gonna finish the carving that I was working on earlier.
As you're walking, it's a little harder to carve while walking, but you're able to do it.
I'm practiced at it.
But as you finally do reach the lower city, and you can see the guard difference, like the quality of armor, slowly drops. Till once you reach bottom part of the city where most people are in studded leathers, at most or at best, chain mail. Alright, so Prancing Pony, I guess I'll just take you there. Why not? It's been about an hour of walking, of just slowly making your way. As he takes you to a fairly plain-looking tavern, he opens the door for you all and there you go, have fun.
Thank you very much.
He turns around and
I'm just gonna walk. Is there a bartender?
There is.
I'm just gonna walk up to the bartender.
You see, it's a half-elven man. Oh, hello. Not gonna help. Ale, mead, whiskey.
No, I'm looking for someone actually.
I'll take a whiskey.
What type? Strong.
I'm looking for someone.
Strong.
Alright. He does the whiskey first. Priorities. Drink takes priority. As he slides you a fairly sizable glass. I'm the house. We ain't got much. As in, we ain't got much else to lose. Money's more or less turning into trade.
Fair.
So, what can we do you for, miss? People? We can do people. Slaves?
No, actually, I'm looking for someone that's probably staying here.
Oh. Who?
His name's Master Earlick.
No fucking clue.
Earlick Pentis.
Don't fucking know. What's he look like?
He's a drow.
That actually does not help. There's
He's
a few of those.
Tall. He's a drow, tall, probably a traveling torturer.
Most pirates are, but how young or old is he?
He's older.
Okay. There's only one older elf. Still, he's not that old. There's To my knowledge, he's asleep, so I can go wake him. So, just wait here.
It might not be him, just to let you know. Again, Asher looks older, but eh.
Yeah, you never know. He'll leave for a few moments. You see as he rounds the corner with a familiar drow. He just looks and like, oh. Frith?
Hi, Master Erlich.
How the hell did you find me here?
We made a deal with a demon lord.
Alright. That's a way to do it. At saying that statement, people here, not that surprised.
I'm just gonna run up and give him a hug.
He'll hug you back and like. So what brings you?
So anyway, I went out into the world. I found a few consciences. I broke a few consciences. A couple of them are dead. But hey, I didn't break one of them. And I just point at Nick. He's my self-control. Make sure I don't explode too many things.
That's nice.
For one of us.
Shakes his head. Yeah. I'm not sorry. So, I'm awake now, so I'm gonna get a drink. So what brings you here?
Well, we're here to save you from the end times.
Well, that's already being done. The city's in about 2 days. The warp should be ready, so we should shrink down into nothing, more or less, and still live on as normal. We've been importing goods heavily instead of exporting, so.
I guess you wouldn't want to come with us into a court of the demon lords then, I suppose.
That's probably where we're going. That's where the Mages Guild is. Well, Elderspell, which is more or less the Mages Guild.
Oh, I found my sperm donor, by the way.
What? What?
The guy who fucked my mom, you know.
Oh, your dad. Yeah, you're
No,
more.
no.
You're legitimate. Technically.
Yeah, he was never around, so he doesn't count.
I get that.
He just donated. He just donated. That's all.
Well, it wasn't donated. It was given. Free will, happily. But he did like your mother. You know, as crazy as that is. But he thought it'd be
Very
better.
crazy.
He thought it'd be better to not be there. Because he was a bad person. And still is a bad person. He's chaotic
Yeah,
evil.
but so am I. And you're not exactly a saint either, Master Erlich.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a saint. Most of the time. But, man, well, I'm good.
So, would you like to stay here or would you like to come with us?
Here there's booze.
The man has a point.
That is a fair assessment.
And also an entire city.
That is also a fair assessment.
Instead of an unknown amount of people. And no booze.
Okay. Well, I promised I'd have to go back, so I guess I'm gonna just say...
You did not promise you had to go back. I have to go back. You can stay. I presume.
Well, I don't really want to piss off a demon lord.
Well, you
didn't
make a contract.
Yeah.
I did.
He just did it. He doesn't care.
You are fine. He's like, oh man, you want to go back if you insist. Oh no.
Sure. Less people to deal with. You're the loud one, so yeah. Get on out. It's more or less
Oh,
what he did.
well, if you don't mind, is it okay if I stay with Master? Is it okay if I stay with you, Master Alec?
Sure. Does
Okay,
does your friend want to
I'm
stay
just gonna
or
hand the deed over.
I cannot.
why?
I'm just.
I'm gonna
They
like
made a deal.
pull my armor and my shirt down just enough to show the mark.
Huh.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna hand Nick the bead.
You could probably still stay if you wanted to.
If I wanted to, but I'd rather not get the demon mad at me.
Well, I don't blame you on that one. Well, now's the time to get places if you want to go anywhere while you're still here.
And I don't have much else. Might as well die in combat or some shit like that.
I was talking about traveling to places you've never been before, but sure.
I've lived long enough, seen enough.
You think you will die with the mark on your chest? Sure,
Eventually.
true.
Well,
Yep.
Frith, it has been a time.
It has been a pleasure to know you. I don't know if you think the same of knowing me.
Breaks the bead.
That's it. That's his entire goodbye.
Just that.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, bye.
I just hand him the bead. I hand him the bead
You
and
are-
I just go.
You've already handed it to him.
It's already my bead.
At this point, you do also hear thump, 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 thump. There's another barrage of
I will take about 200 gold pieces out of my bag
You take
and
200.
hand them to little Frith.
All right.
And then crush the marble.
Wait, before he goes, can I do anything else before he goes?
As it breaks, it's almost immediate. As that blue powder just wraps around his arm and crawls up just as you're about to pull something out. And he's gone.
He has the cloak.
Oh well. So, do you want to hear about the time that we found a giant cult?
He'll lean back in the bar stool and get a drink, more or less a bottle, and regale me. And that's where we'll fade the black for Frith. Frith has more or less did what she wanted. Frith completed her journey. Nick. As you return, everyone's still there. Just standing, talking, waiting. You see as the center man in the throne turns, sees that you're the only one, turns back to talking. So
That's kind of what I figured was gonna happen. I was like, he really gives no shit to Frith is gone.
Frith isn't a worshipper, so he gave zero nuns. So the blue guy stares at you and just turns back. You see that he's actually speaking to someone that you would suspect probably using the spell sending or something of the sort. Just to speak to someone. Yeah. What would you do at this point?
Nick would go over to a wall and take a nap. He has 23 HP.
As you just walk over and just lay down, it's like, yeah. You see as you're about, that elven man, Zeroth, walks up and like, where's Frith?
She's in Blackport with Irelec.
Oh, she's staying. Alright. More power to him.
Indeed.
As he'll return back, speaking to a other group of people, as you see flashing in a small group of people. Let me describe their everything. You see as a copper, bronze maybe, dragonborn, just off the top of your head. It's a little iffy due to some of their scales have turned red. With a fairly large blade on their back, as a elven woman joins them. Also, a human man dressed in blue robe, and a what looks to be warforged, that in very simple clothing at the current moment, as they flash in and move up to the center man to start speaking. And as they speak, you slowly fade to black, because being able to finally sleep after a long time helps so much. Whenever you finally awake, you see everyone, well, not everyone, but a good portion of people have shifted around. Some not resting. For some reason, a lot of people here rest, or just don't need to rest at all. As they continue speaking, a lot of talking goes on here. As you see a small group of people return, just looking like normal folk, just to give news, then shift away. As time slowly makes its way, the days go by very quickly. At the third day, everyone starts to gather. As with the general gist of most of the mages here start shifting, teleporting people out, as the one red-robed man would grab you along with some other people and shift you away from everything here into just a house. It looks like a fairly beautiful manor home, as you see a multitude of people gathering. Let me find them. This time seeing a elven man that seems to be at the current moment rotting, slowly changing face. Seems to be what you could put two and two together as a lich. As a orcish man, a darker skinned, a blue robed man, a lizard folk have slowly gathered and are speaking to this very old looking elf, as he makes his way and looks at everyone like, alright, everyone, since you're here, make yourselves useful, don't talk to me. It's my house, and yeah, privacy. Y'all have your own rooms, so upside. he'll snap his fingers as semi-translucent people slowly make their way, carrying small, like, folded pieces of papers, handing them out to everyone. As you take yours, you see yours has the number 72 on it. And so, everyone that got a number means that you have a room with a number on it. Congratulations. Use that number.
I will go find room 72.
As you find room 72, notice it is like, oh, actually fairly beautiful room. The room is well decorated. A queen-sized bed. Everything there is beautiful. Like, it's near, like, aristocrat status room. As you do see, like, a platter of fresh fruits. Like, everything here seems normal. Just like a really nice
Is there a window?
There is not. Whenever looking through here, there are no windows. Like, in the days that go by, there are no windows throughout this entire house. As said, as the days slowly fade, a lot of people show up. That is an understatement. As people wearing masks, putting, like, with your knowledge, after they show up, you can actually learn that this group of people is known as the Black Mark. You know more or less what you do, but only people. They are the thieves. They're the underground. They are the everything that no one wants to deal with.
Understandable.
As slowly, more and more people. At around the 5th day, everyone is handed this gem obelisk. Told to keep it with you at all times. No matter where you go, with you at all times. For you, your obelisk is made out of emerald. Slightly smaller than everyone else's due to emerald being a fairly pricey gem. You can see the diamond gems or the diamond obelisks are smaller than everyone's. As just slowly but surely everyone carries a new obelisk with them. You would learn that the person that is slowly becoming a lich, you learn that's Zeroth's husband.
Ah.
You also learn around the 6th day he is no longer a lich, due to he will be taking up an apprenticeship with the old wizard that everyone here is staying at, more or less, staying with, because this is his home, as he prepares a massive spell to get you all out of this multiverse, or this universe, more or less. At this point, you would learn the plans that have been going in motion as you've slowly worked with another, in person, to try and stop this. People have been, instead of trying to stop it, try to escape it entirely without the need of helping, because fuck that. You learn that their plans were successful, and they were able to get enough research, find the right person, and then hire enough people to find enough obelisks to get them out. This is whenever you learn also the obelisks are meant to get you out. They're the concentrated magical power that will allow you to escape through the portal that is being made. Slowly, close to 1,000 people have gathered in this building that seems to be endless in rooms now. As you're on the second floor, people are 5 floors up of just endless halls and rooms. Slowly now, you do reach that one point of finally. As everyone makes their way, getting everything ready, you see the people that you've met before in that one room, the throne room, gather. You can now see a winged man. Seems more like an angel by the side of the demonic fellow that you've made a pact with, and the tall, lingering man, along with the woman beside him. As the old man explains that you'll need to present the obelisk to the portal, and along with you, the gem obelisk will be absorbed into the portal and spit out where you are meant to go. For you, you will be going with almost everyone else here to an unknown land to you, but to the 4 that seem to be the most knowledgeable, or the 5 actually, the Elven Man. You will be going with them. Black Mark, they will be going to wherever they go. They don't care where they go, just as long as they go as a group. And the older Elven man, Zeroth, and Zeroth's husband, in which you would learn his name being Morven. They all will be going together to where the older Elven man calls home. As slowly everyone makes their way through the portal, waved away by Zeroth, Morven, and the older Elven man that doesn't wave and just stares. You are whisked away. Frith, you being carried off. The sky is different. The sky is actually more or less the outside of a jar. One of those lovely snow globes is where you are at currently. As the harbor is still there, hundreds of ships still at port. But on the outside you can see a wooden floor. That is your sky. A face of someone, you don't know who, that is your sky. But you can see now Nick as he steps through the portal right before you do. That is the end of your story.
Yay.
You all
Campaign over.
You all lived.
I completed my life. I completed my goal. I wanted an adventure,
Two of us
and I
lived.
came home.
It's true. There was a lot of Group 2 people that did not escape. Shizuki escaped. For people that know who he is, which is Frith.
I didn't hear that.
Shizuki escaped. But he escaped a lot earlier than all of you did. Brahmos escaped. Rook is dead.
Did the thing with Maya and Aster Yearlick work? I was a little confused on that.
Yes. What happened with you all? The entire city and everyone inside, along with things in port, were shrunk down into more or less a snow globe. You all were being carried off, and you were actually, due to the sky being what was outside, you could see as people slowly went inside of this portal. And you could see Nick. Nick actually walking through this portal and leaving. As you slowly shifted in, a flash of bright blue and red light takes you off to God knows where. Officially,
Well, that was
you technically went to the Forgotten Realms, where that demon lord is from.
well, that was fun.
That was very much a lot of fun.
Thank you.
It was an honor having you as a DM, and it was an honor to have you as a fellow player.
Thank you.
Yeah, easily you're one of the best DMs I've had.
I am flattered. Very much so.
And I am just a crazy monkey hobo.
I mean, yeah.
If you want to get into like DMing Frith, like just tell me. I can give you the DM status, and you can post in in announcements at the very top. So you can actually.
Yeah, I want to play, but this was my first campaign, and I'd like to play a couple more before I do that, so I can just figure out what the heck is happening.
Okay. Do you want me to send you a few groups? See if you can find someone to play. Like, there are a lot of people looking for players.
I have a game going on where I need more players. Because fucking yeah. Because half my players are either like I can't.
I'm probably gonna take a break for a bit. Honestly, there's been some stuff on this end that's been a little weird.
All right.
That's fair.
If you're ever looking, just in general, post that you're looking for a game, and people will send you things. If Nick is still looking, maybe Nick will send you something.
I will most likely. You can call me Matt or Walsh. Either works. You don't. Nick was just the player, or the character.
Still gonna call you
No,
Nick.
Matt
no,
is
no,
the
no.
player.
It's too late. I'm gonna forever nickname you Nick.
I call Gabe Morven still. His character.
Feel free to
Morven.
call me Chris for the rest of the days if we ever.
Nope. I already refer to you as Sky.
It's too much work.
I shortened your username because I was like, yeah, I'm not only gonna do that.
Pronounced Skyite.
That's too much work.
And I stuck with Sky.
It's too much wordage. I will also, I'm gonna send you all a little thing, my NPC backup channel.
Oh boy.
This is where, just fucking copy and paste it because this is where I've put all of the NPC art for my game.
Ooh.
Goodbye.
That could be very useful.
Yeah, if you ever just need.
Oh, she's gone.
Oh. Yeah, if you ever need pictures of reference, there you go.
It's fantastic.
This is just in case. All those maybes. A lot of these people are dead that I just never updated. It's just too much work. And some of these I just never needed to make do anything for, because some people just never shown up to them. Mainly Astrago and Ethar. I think Silver Reach I ended up, the High King. But outside of that, God. And now my other campaign that I'm DMing at the current moment has an even larger version of this. Because Lord have mercy, kill me. gotta get ready for another game. Thank you for
Yeah,
playing.
you could. Thank you for DMing.
It's been a pleasure, and if any new things open up, like my one of my slots for the other game that I'm DMing, I'm going to come to my other players first before anything else. So,
All right.
so thank you again.
Yeah, thank
Have a wonderful evening and week, and stay clean.
you as well. Oh, you know, Michigan went, oh yeah, no more school for anyone until fucking April 5th, and I was like, great.
Same thing here. It's some good stuff.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Just finally, I can plan everything. Slowly leaving.
Yeah, I texted my IRL group. I was like, so 3 weeks of D&D, anyone? And they're like, fuck yeah. I was like, that's what I thought.
That's how it goes. I'm slowly planning out a new race for my game. I'm just like, there's something called a Rat Folk. I've been playing a lot more Warhammer recently. So I'm gonna probably make the Skaven a thing in my Genesis game. It's gonna be good.
That's fair.
So I'm slowly getting my Skaven accent down, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be whenever the players come against some rattling gunners. Yeah, that's gonna be
Ooh,
great.
that's gonna be great.
Cause I'm nerd.
It's okay. I put a lot of bad references in my IRL. It's one my game takes place. It's similar to how yours was with the Rising, how it's one big world. Mine does that, except my player was stupid enough to go up to a baby dragon and went stop with a mace out. He actually almost killed the baby dragon. I was impressed. And then I flipped a coin to see if it was gonna cry for its mama. And then there wasn't a player anymore.
It cried for its mama. No, the way the way baby dragon do. Mumsies.
Well, I mean, it was down. Like he went into a straight rage. Like
you cut out.
it did a breath attack. He raged, and
then
he almost killed it. I swear to God, push to talk. Yeah, he almost killed it. I was very impressed. And then the mama appeared, and he got bit in half.
Got.
Pretty much.
Mama Drago don't take shit.
No. Mama Drago does not. Alright, I will let you get to your nap.
Alright. Well, less nap, more I have to do housework, and then get ready for game. Yay.
Alright, well, thank you again. Have a pleasant evening.
You too.
And stay healthy.
I can try. That was a good game. I'm happy.